got a dream. If after 47 years you give me a chance, I get it right this time. But Donald Trump took 47 months, and he has a solid record of accomplishments. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to another firebrand. Congressman Doug Collins. Give my hands.
All right. You know, there's an interesting saying out there, and I want you to understand it clearly. Every illegal vote cast suppresses a legal vote. You got to understand this. And what we're here today is we're going to talk about this, and we're going to talk about what's actually going on. And when you have ballots show up late, when you all of a sudden, as we had in Cobb County, ballots just show up today. You have votes that are coming in from other places. When we're seeing these actually take place, then you got a problem. But there's a little problem here with transparency. But I want to say something. As Vernon was talking and as Don Jr. and all are coming, transparency only seems to be good when the Democrats like the transparency. And when the media is willing to go along with it, because there's a little incident just the other night at State Farm Arena. They had, remember, a water leak. They had a water break. So they told everybody to go home. They told our folks to go home. They told everybody else to go home. Except for one little problem. When everybody went home at 10 o'clock, they started counting again. But here's the worst. Until 1 in the morning they counted, and there's a media outlet that's covering this event right here that has it, they know it, and they won't say anything about it. Who's in cahoots with who? So, but this is a bigger issue. And folks, I want you to hear me clearly, because I've been fighting for a long time. Folks behind me know it. We've been knowing it. And I'm going to just say back something that came back from a time when we fought against Russian folks. We fought against sham and feast. We fought against Ballot. And it's coming to view right now in the view of things that we're seeing. And I just have a time now, as I told the Democrats in Congress, I'm going to tell the Democrats in the state of Georgia and all of this country, the clock and calendar's watching. You're trying to do it fast because you want it wrong, because you don't believe Donald Trump should be elected president. And I'm going to tell you right now, the people of America will stand up. These votes will be counted. Every legal vote counted. Because the time in which you take groups and the times in which you just take only the votes you want is over. You're not going to be able to hide behind the curtains of veil to secrecy and count in areas in Georgia where it always seems to be the counties that are run by Democrats that always seem to have the problem. Explain this one to me. I tell you, I hope the Attorney General, Chris Carr, is watching, because it's time to start looking. It's time to stop taking excuses on why it happens every time. The Republican Secretary of State, the Republican leadership have called it out many times, but many times, as Vernon knows from these counties that are Democrat-run, is where we find the most problems. This should not happen. Everybody's vote should count, and everybody ought to have a right to get there and have them legally counted. You can't have boxes sitting open like we had in Chatham County today where they're supposedly segregating votes, and yet you have it open with no security, yet a judge down there says, no, it's fine, let's keep it up. The legislature in Georgia needs to look at this. The legislature in Georgia needs to look. There needs to be IDs on the absentee ballots. You've got to know when they come in and when they don't come in. So, folks, let me just say this. We're here tonight and across this country. As we've seen it here in Georgia, we're going to see it everywhere else. This is about the most fundamental right Americans have. It is the one thing that has kept us as Americans for 200 plus years. It's not our religion, it's not our race, it's not our creed, it's not our background. It is a simple right to do what those founders said. Vote for our leaders and have the will of the people honored and the law followed.